Hi, I'm Jessie Ammett, host of Valley News Now, and I'm here with Amy from Feed My Starving Children.
Hi.
Amy, I'm so excited. We got to talk a little and catch up on an update on how the Fargo Pack is going. So first, I'm going to shoot off the website right away, fargopack.org. fargopack.org. Just go there right away, and then you can follow along with us.
That's right.
So tell us how it's going.
It is going great.
Awesome.
We have tons of volunteer groups scheduled already. West Fargo High School is like West Fargo School District. All of the high schools and middle schools are already kind of scheduled in. We're working on several of the other schools, so it's just amazing how our mission to feed kids hungry in body and spirit. Our mission has always been so much about the local students, but also all of the families and the groups, the businesses, the church groups. So, you know, all of our long-standing partners are coming back, and we're working to recruit more. So the excitement is building in the community. It's amazing.
It is. And so it's only May, and we were talking here in the newsroom because you were on North Dakota Today. So make sure you check out her interview on North Dakota Today too. There's such a big push this year. It's May, and the excitement feels like it's already building for January.
That's right.
So tell us kind of why the big push?
Why are we pushing now? You bet. Well, our goal this year is 10 million meals, which is 4 to 5 times bigger than anything we've done before. In 2005, we packed 2.5 million, and the last several years, with the exception of a year off for the pandemic, we've been packing 2 million meals. So we knew for this 10th anniversary, we wanted to do something big.
Oh, and that's what it is, the 10th anniversary.
So we are partnering with FMSE, with our community. Every year there has been this huge desire for more volunteers to want to come, and we haven't had the space. and so
what a fantastic problem.
Exactly. So we called up the Fargo Dome, and it's just amazing how the doors have continued to open. We weren't sure if we would get the dates. So January 5th through the 15th, which is about a month earlier than normal for those that have normally volunteered or served with us.
So
we will be
on
get that on the calendar.
5th through the 15th of January. So
at the Fargo Dome.
I mean, at the Fargo Dome, like you said, the chances of you getting those dates, that's when you know it is a meant to be thing, when all those things just start falling into place. So.
That's right. And we continue to raise funds. We're working on some matching funds, so keep praying for that as we work on that. But you can give. And Mother's Day is coming up. I talked about this just on Valley News Today, but we would love to continue to raise funds, because if our community all came out and fed a child for a year, we would be able to fully fund these meals. So each one, so these are the Manna Packs that we pack when we do, and each one of these has 6 meals in it.
Wow.
And each box has 36 packs, and you pack about 2 boxes when you come to volunteer for the 2 hours. But feeding a child for a whole year, you can do that for $106. Each meal is 29 cents.
Wow. $106.
Yeah, I spend more than that every time I go to the grocery store.
Easily, especially now. Easily. It just gives me goosebumps head to toe. $106.
You can literally save a child's life for $106. And it's no joke. These children, the numbers right now after the pandemic, and with huge droughts happening in Africa, wars occurring around the world, natural disasters, typhoons, earthquakes, things like that globally, the need has increased, and they're saying now, based on the World Food Program, UNICEF, that 10,000 people are dying every day from hunger-related causes, and that's either from acute malnutrition or from, they're more susceptible to pneumonia, malaria, diarrhea, and from literally dying from these things.
It's insane to wrap your head around that. I mean, 10,000, you think of, I grew up here, small town, Minnesota, North Dakota, and that's entire towns a day dying.
We did the math, and it's 7 people a minute.
Wow. I mean, you have to just take that in and let it bring the emotions up that it does.
Yes.
7 people a minute. So, I mean, we're here in the newsroom. We got, this would be like our whole newsroom.
Yes.
Just in that minute.
In that minute. I was on for about 5 minutes with them on TV, 35 kids. That's an entire classroom plus. Children. God.
For $106
Yes, and
a
you
year.
can help stop that tide for $106.
And it is the most incredible thing to be a part of, to go. And that's why you have volunteers that want to come back, because you go and then you're like, you have to come. Number one, it's an amazing cause.
Oh my.
It's
yes.
an incredible cause. Number two, it is so much fun.
It's tons and tons of fun. We say the most fun you can have in a hairnet.
Definitely. I used to work in food service,
Yes.
dietitian. I wear a hairnet a lot. Not that much fun. This, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And
much.
I mean, it's so well organized that you feel like, the first time I think we all go, we think, well, I don't know anything about this, or
What
maybe
to
I
expect.
won't be strong enough to lift things. Or no, you can come and do it. I mean, if
Yes.
you can come and stand there, you can do it, and they make it's so much fun, and it's, like I said, so well organized, and it becomes kind of competitive.
That's right. And we say anyone from 5 to 105 can pack.
Yes.
So the minimum age is 5, and that's just for safety reasons for
Sure.
the small children. And up to, because we have a seated job, like on the back of each one of these bags, if you can see, is a little date label.
Okay.
And if you're concerned about being able to stand for 90 minutes,
Sure.
you can have a seated job. And this is an amazing job for anybody who
Yeah.
feels that, they can't stand for that amount of time. Or you bring a small child with you who you think wouldn't be able to want to be entertained for that
Right.
time of period. You can
But
sit
say
and you
stickers.
put the stickers on the bag. And so, in that 2-hour packing shift, if people are curious, you come, we have orientation. We help you find a specific place to sit down with your group. We have orientation for about the first 20 minutes. Then everybody moves onto the floor where we pack, and it's all this system like you're talking about. You're
Yeah.
scooping the rice, soy, vitamins, and veggies, and that's what's in this pack, into the bag. Somebody weighs it, somebody seals it, it goes in the box. Other people warehouse, they're running things around, moving it over to weigh it and seal it up, gets on the pallet, gets on the truck. It's just this whole, and
is
if you
a
get a chance to
well-oiled
stand,
machine.
it is. It's amazing, and we're jamming out to
Yes.
music.
Yes, it's
and
awesome.
it is so fun. And then at the end, before you go, we make sure everybody knows how much they packed and how many kids they
Yes.
fed for a whole year during that 2-hour shift.
Which is just,
Yeah.
it's the most incredible feeling, which again is why I know people want to come back,
Yeah.
and you want to bring your friends and come back, and it's so inspirational.
Yeah.
I mean, and you hate to say it, but in today's world, we're busy. You're in and out of there in your shift time too.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
not like you're like, okay, I really want to help, but I don't have like an entire afternoon or an entire day.
2 hours.
Yeah. You in, out, it's good to go.
Yeah, 2 hours, and like I said, and just $106. Maybe you can't give that. Maybe you can give $10.
Right.
Maybe you have the ability to give $100,000,
Right.
which would be amazing because this grocery bill, each one of these, it's 29 cents per meal.
Wow.
So 6 for these, so it's $2.9 million just to cover the cost of food.
Sure.
Plus the Fargo Dome and all of that. So our budget's about 3.2, 3.3.
Wow.
So we're working to raise all that. So, your prayers for that, your
Yes.
giving, your
Yes.
sharing of this mission, all helps us reach this goal to feed kids hungry in body and spirit until all are fed. I would love nothing more than to get to a point where we don't have to do
Can
this.
you imagine? Yes.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Oh, I love that. Work yourself right out of a
I
job.
would. That's right. Right. And
So we have so many things. Oh, no, you
yeah,
go ahead.
that's
I'm sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
Like you found an amazing article. From
Well, I was peeking a little
Yeah.
bit before you came, and I found a great article, and I would love for you to tell this story. I'm going to bebop over here and show everybody
Yeah.
the website. So this is the parent website.
So this is Feed My Starving
yeah.
Children's global website, and it's a blog from 2019. And in 2019 was the first year that we went to the Shields Arena. It was the 5th anniversary.
Wow, okay.
The first year that we jumped, and we joke, every time we have a 5-year anniversary, we like to jump by 5 times.
Oh, I love it.
Because we went from 500,000 meals in year 4 in a church gym to 2.5 million meals in year 5 at Shields Arena.
Oh my
Not
gosh.
knowing at all what we were doing. It was chaos, but God works in the chaos.
He does.
And that year, if anybody remembers the winter of 2019, it was very cold.
Yes.
And this was in February. There was a polar vortex. I think we had one a couple years ago, but
We did.
it was bitterly
I'm going to
cold.
bring it back to you just so we can see your side of the story.
That's okay. 50, 60 below. And I'd love for you to go read this blog because the lady who wrote it is amazing. But we started out with a goal just to pack 1 million meals that year. We thought, that'd be something fun to do.
yeah.
Double.
Hit a
just double.
million.
Hit a
Just
million.
double.
Just double. Hit 1 million. Well, the community continues to come out, and that's how it continues to grow every year after year after year. And we know more schools want to come, more businesses want to come, more. We've never had all space, so we grew from 1 million to 2 million. FMSC. I remember very specifically being in the Dominican Republic on a mission trip, handing this food out into the hands of mothers.
So you have gotten to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we've got to visit that again.
Yeah, we'll come.
Yeah.
And handing this out along with some of the FMSC staff. And God just said, you know what, you need to ask them if they're willing to go to this 2 million meal goal with you. And so I did.
Wow,
You
good
know,
for
he
you.
put and they said yes. Because we had volunteers, and always our community, the Red River Valley community as a whole, has always came out in droves
In
to
droves.
volunteer.
Yeah, we are
And,
so lucky.
and so we're just working to catch up the fundraising with that. And so here we were in June or July of that year, and we were planning this for February. Okay, we're going to do 2 million. Awesome.
Yeah.
We're filling up the volunteers. Then that fall comes, and they ask us, hey, do you think you could go to 2.5 million? We've had a couple have to stop due to some weather events on the East Coast in like
boy.
early fall. They had some ice events.
Okay.
And we're like, how are we going to do that? We don't have more days. We don't have more space. They came up with a creative way to fit more stations in. And we were in there, packed in there like sardines.
I bet.
And we packed 2.5 million meals. Now, what happened on top of all, and what this blog is about,
I'm just going to click
And
back there so
click
you
this
can
button.
see. Yes.
is that polar vortex hit the day we were supposed to set up.
Oh my God.
And the day before they called and they were just distraught because we knew we weren't going to be able to set up. They couldn't travel from the Twin Cities. No planes were flying.
Oh,
they,
no.
said they couldn't drive. The ingredients were here.
Okay.
Well, and we knew that we at a minimum would have to cancel the first 2 shifts.
Oh no.
So how are we going to pack 2.5 million meals when this was already going to be tight?
Already tight. Now we're down.
And now
2
we're
shifts.
down 2 shifts because of the weather.
And some people
Some
can't
people
get
come.
there.
Right. So by the grace of God, one FMSC employee was able to get on a plane
One.
that night before and got here. And we got permission to start opening things and said, North Dakota people are tough.
We are.
We were at 50 degree below zero, opening trucks, bringing things in, getting set up on our own.
Wow.
And the rest of the staff arrives on that day after the polar vortex. We get set up and we're able to salvage a quarter of the second shift. So we lost 1 shift,
Okay.
able to bring back enough volunteers to just kind of start in a little bit of the area.
Okay.
And then we just start going. And we're like, okay, this is God's number.
Yep.
We don't know what we're going to pack in this, but we're going to keep going.
Yep.
And so at this time, it was just supposed to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
And we had lost 2 shifts on Thursday. And so we keep pack. Thursday night we pack. Friday we pack. We let everybody pack about 15 minutes longer that year just to keep going.
Yep.
And Friday night and Saturday morning comes, and the staff starts coming to me saying, I think we can hit this if we do this and this and this. And I sat down and I just prayed and it was like, and I told Jesse before I started this, because you're going to make me cry talking about this. And
She goes, oh, you brought up that one. I'm going to cry. I was like, ooh, that's a good one. Let's do it.
and I was just praying, my God, if this is of you, you will make it happen. We will figure it out. And I had to be okay with no matter what this number
Right.
was. And our staff had to be, our team, our volunteer team, you have to prepare them for whether or not what's going to happen.
Right. We may
and we have
not-
to trust of what we're going to do. Well, I turned to the story of the loaves and the fish in the Bible. Jesus
Yes.
turning, feeding the 5,000. Mm-hmm. And in there, if you read it in the Gospels, it says that bring them to me. When they said we only have this little bit of bread and these few
Right.
fish,
And they wanted to
he
turn
says,
them away.
They wanted to turn them away, and he says, bring it to me. And so as a group, as a volunteer team, and as a staff, we prayed together, and then we went to work.
Wow.
and we just kept going, and we hit that 2.5 million meals probably 3/4 of the way through the last shift of the pack.
Oh my gosh.
And it was just pandemonium.
Absolute celebration.
But what happens when you trust, and what this community can do, because they said yes when we stretched those shifts a little bit. They said yes. They just packed like crazy. They knew we were rushing. They just were excited. They love to do it, and that's what our community does. They
is.
help
They step
each
up.
other. We pack sandbags. We feed our community, and we can truly, the Red River Valley can feed the world.
That's incredible.
And
And,
that's-
this
yeah.
is what's so amazing. And I hope people can feel it through their computer screen, because I can feel it from you.
Yeah.
And not only do you have a passion to do that, but we can.
Yes.
And the way I just wish you could feel it,
feel it.
because it's just like, no, this is happening.
Right.
This is happening.
10
this
million
isn't a
meals.
question.
Like,
this is happening.
yeah,
and
to
so that's how you make things happen.
That's how you get, 10 million meals and $3 million, and we have about 8 months to go and a lot of money to raise.
Yes. So somebody's out there like, I
Yeah.
can't pack, or I want to pack and donate, but this donating you're like, yes, I want to give to
I'm
this
feeling moved
mission.
to do this.
What do they do?
They go to fargopack.org,
Okay.
and you can give online. Or if you want to give by check, you can, right there on fargopack.org is the information, and our phone number and our email is right there. They can reach out to me. It's info@fargopack.org is the email. But we would love for you to either give directly online or reach out if you want to make a business. If we have plans, corporate plans for promotion and things like that to help recognize our donors.
Oh, wonderful.
So if you are a business donor, a foundation donor, a church that wants to give, there are different recognition levels for different dollar amounts, and we'd love to visit with you.
great.
And you can find the link for reaching out
Yes,
to
I'm gonna
us
try
for
one
that
more
right on
time.
the FM. Oh, it's fargopack.org. So again, check us out, fargopack.org.
All right. I love to bring you there so that when you go there, you know you're in the right place.
You know what you're going.
All
There we
right,
go.
Here we go.
Right on fargopack.org, and right there
right.
is where you can click to donate. You can click volunteer interest. Like if you scroll down, it talks more about the corporate donors. Yep, there we go. Corporate partners. You can click right there in the middle, and it tells you all about how you can join us as a corporate sponsor, and it has ways
at
to
this.
connect with us. And you can just right on there, our email again is info@fargopack.org. We would love to follow up with you. You can fill in your information right there, and we'll follow right up with you.
Perfect. I mean, perfect. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So I'm going to steal you every time you're on North Dakota Today because we have so many more things to talk about.
Yes.
I have to hear about your trip to Dominican and
Yeah.
putting that in the hands of moms. As a mom, as a human,
Yeah.
you know what that means to take care of somebody and to feel that burden and to not be able to. I can't imagine the heartbreak.
Yeah.
And so to be able to put
see
that
it
in their
hands.
in their
It
hands and
moves
feel it.
you like you can't explain. So tune in
That's where
next
your
month, a month
determination
from now.
comes from.
Yeah.
It's You're like, no, we will
When you
feed
say
the world. That's what's going to happen. Thank you so much,
Thank you
Amy.
for having
I
me.
just would like to talk to you all day, but I suppose we'll cut
stop.
it off.
We'll be
stop
back
for now,
again
but
next
we'll be
month.
back. Exactly. So fargopack.org is where you go to get all the local information. 10 million meals, 10 days, January 5th through the 15th.
That's right.
The Red River Valley can feed the world.
Amen.
What more can you say?
Join
Thank you
us.
so much. Yes.